the players. Ladies and gentlemen, he's into his second UK Open semi-final. The winner of the Grand Prix, the winner of the Players' Championship Finals, Super G. Gurney!
Touching warm, reaching out, touching me, touching you. Time never seems so
Now, ladies and gentlemen, he is the world #1, a two-time UK Open champion, and the three-time champion at the world's mighty Michael.
Michael does have a fine recent record against Daryl in TV knockout matches, but Daryl did beat him here, memorably so, in the final of the 2018 Players' Championship Finals. What a celebration it was that night. Will we see a repeat? Over to the commentary box, to Alan Warren a little and Stuart Pike.
Yeah, thanks, Jackie. And of course, that is the question. Who plays Gerwen Price in the final? Come on, head on the chopping block.
Well, you have to go for Michael van Gerwen. I know it's an easy pick, but he's been in absolute scintillating form in the last two rounds. Seems to be getting back to his best. Very hard to beat at this stage in a tournament.
Well, we shall see. This man is Alan's pick, and you have to say, difficult to disagree with him, but the way that Daryl Gurney has performed and somehow managed to stay in this tournament, those results, the win over Wright and Klassen, don't really tell the story. He's had three last leg victories, 3 10-9 wins to get through to the semi-finals, as well as that terrific victory over Peter Wright. Michael van Gerwen has just got better and better. Swiped aside James Wade with 109 average. Got even better in beating Rob Cross in the quarter-finals. And what could Michael van Gerwen serve up in the semi-finals? Gerwen Price in the back room, no doubt with his feet up, enjoying this.
100.
Well, there's one thing for sure, Stuart. Daryl Gurney cannot afford to be behind like he has been in most of his earlier rounds.
90.
Some of them by quite some distance. The O'Connor one, for instance. So Michael van Gerwen is a different animal. Once he gets in front, he's one of the best front runners. And the last two rounds have showed us that he's getting back to the Michael van Gerwen we know.
Yeah, 109 average against James Wade, now on 111 in that victory over Rob Cross.
97.
From 3-2 he just raced away, and he was averaging around 120 for a long period of the
96.
game, wasn't he?
Michael, you require 170. 56.
Not to be this time. I'm sure he'll have one or two more goals, you would think, in the match.
Gurney here has to make an impression. This is to hold throw, don't forget.
139. Michael, you require 114.
To break in the opening leg.
Tops.
94.
One missed.
Darryl, you
One
require
got away.
66.
And to be fair, it was a long way off. It was pulled badly, wasn't it? This would be a great leg to win. He was behind for most of the leg. He was behind for most of the leg. Didn't look like he was going to get a look in. But he's one up.
28.
I was just going to say mediocre scoring as Michael van Gerwen starts his throw with 28, but both players just feeling their way into this semi-final. That can quite often happen. Didn't happen with Price, as we saw.
100.
Straight off the blocks. 5-0 up in that first session against Johnny Clayton.
140.
It is early days.
And when we started on Friday, there was a record 23 Dutchmen in this UK Open. Just one remains.
140.
Inevitably, perhaps it's this man.
Looking to fill it.
140.
Back-to-back 140s after that poor first visit with the first three. He seems to be finding his range.
100.
I think he's left to finish here, Gurney. Van Gerwen will be looking at finishing 193 in 6 darts.
134. Darryl, you require
Well, that certainly helps.
161.
That last treble there. These big finishes like
100.
we've seen them
Michael, you
lead
require
171,
59.
6-1. They tend to come further on in the match normally.
Games on the
Well, they
second
hit tops
leg.
this
Michael
time with the
van
first
Gerwen.
dart. They have
Philip
one
Darryl
dart in the
to
first leg.
Game on.
Missed it to allow Darryl Gurney to take his out with the first visit.
Just have a look at their head-to-head. Obviously, it's heavily in favour of Michael van Gerwen, around 22-6. But interestingly, a lot of those wins were early on for Michael van Gerwen. He hits the first maximum. Actually, in their last 8 matches, they're 4 apiece, and that gives a much better reflection on the tungsten tussles between Messrs van Gerwen and Gurney.
An important 140 there, following on from Van Gerwen's maximum.
140.
He seems to have found his range now. After a couple of minutes just trying to find that range. He's got there very quickly.
100.
Treble 13. What a setup.
149.
But look at that, he's left 32 after 9. What a leg from Michael van Gerwen. The crowd transfixed, no reaction from van Gerwen.
134.
For this to break the
Michael, you
throw.
require 32.
Business head on. He'll be mad if he doesn't get it with the first dart.
Games on
he
the
did.
third leg. Michael van Gerwen.
One
Fourth
dart.
leg, Michael to
Tops in the first missed.
Game on.
Hits it with the first dart in the second and third and breaks.
Yeah, 10 dart leg for van Gerwen.
96.
Yeah, Jackie was mentioning that Players' Championship final some 18 months ago on this stage. Great game, Gurney winning 11-9, but he was always in front, wasn't he? And you got
100.
the impression on that night that he was very much in control. And he set the agenda, he set the pace, and that's what he's got to try and do here.
58.
But very, very difficult. Which is why, for me, that was one of the great wins on this stage in all the years we've been coming here.
Yes, I totally agree, and it's always that
58.
icing on the cake, isn't it, when it's a bull finish to win a championship. Certainly a quality player. See himself there, visibly trying to G himself up.
97.
Got to try and have some kind of calm there. You've got to have the fight inside.
$45.
If you are just joining us on ITV Sport, Gerwen Price is through to the final. The all-Welsh semi-final going the way of Price, 11
96.
legs to 4 against Johnny Clayton.
Needs all three, really. And there we go. That's his first, very much needed at that moment in time. But will he get a shot? Will he get a shot? Double 17!
120. Dowley require 118.
Well, he deserved a shot after that brilliant 180. Got to get the treble. Now then, the question, straight for double 17, or does Van Gerwen split it here?
No, he'll go straight for it at this point in the match.
Games on the fourth leg, Michael Van Gerwen.
When you've hit doubles pretty quickly in the previous legs that he's won, you're not scared of it, you're not having that negative thought process going for a double that you don't normally leave.
134.
Well, the last leg before the first break, and I think it's already must win for Gurney. Can't afford to go in 4-1 down.
83.
Yes, he hasn't particularly done much wrong, has he? He's had one shot at the double and hit it.
140.
He's been there or thereabouts, but not being allowed back to the oche to conclude the leg. Certainly got a good chance here on throw to go in at the break 3-2. Which he will be over the moon about, Stuart, with the way the game has gone in the last 10 minutes or so. Has to go for the 20 route. Double 5.
That's a good response, isn't it? That's a terrific response. A 12 darter from Daryl Gurney. Quality semi-final already. Michael Van Gerwen with the advantage of that one break and throw. But high quality darts. Gerwen Price awaits in the UK Open final. Here, Michael Van Gerwen leads by 3 legs to 2. UK Open weekend here in Minehead. Gerwen Price, 11-4 winner over Johnny Clayton, is in the final, and Michael Van Gerwen and Daryl Gurney producing a terrific semi-final. 108 average, Van Gerwen leading 3-2. Gurney on 103. And still all to play for, but one crucial break of throw so far in the Dutchman's favour.
Michael to focus. Game on.
Been as good as we hoped it would be.
Yes, needed that leg. Did Daryl Gurney before the break as Van Gerwen starts the second session with a max.
In this quarter-final against Rob Cross, Van Gerwen trailed 3-2 at the break. He then proceeded to average now on 120 for the next 5 legs. He's doing exactly the same here. Twice against Cross, he hit 6 perfect darts.
Oh, and 6
100. Michael, you require
on TV.
141.
Well, we've already had the magical one from Clayton. Oh! We have liftoff!
Again the 9-darter from Michael Van Gerwen at the UK Open, a 7th perfect leg in a TV major, and that was absolutely monstrous, fabulous, fantastic.
Outstanding from the world number 1. The crowd are singing his name. He's keeping his calm. He knows there's a job to do. So is Daryl. But what a moment for Michael Van Gerwen. We've had it in the tournament from Johnny Clayton, but back he goes again, Van Gerwen, not with the 3rd.
Well, he hit a 9-darter on this stage in the Players' Championship last November. He hit one on this stage in the UK Open in 2016. And he's just hit another one now, and you can feel the buzz in the room, can't you? I mean, it's all just changed.
174.
Well,
And he's at it again.
I think we need to check his darts. I think there's magnets on them. Incredible. The level that some of these players play at
57.
nowadays, Stuart. Seen it all this weekend. We're seeing it from the world #1 at the moment. Concentration on his face.
134.
He's not fazed by anything that's going on. He's got a job to do.
118 average, Michael van Gerwen. And do you know what? Significant than everybody, we were getting excited. The crowd were on their feet.
58.
Darryl Gurney was
Michael
applauding
72.
and smiling. No emotion, nothing from Michael van Gerwen. And now an 11 dart leg to follow a 9 dart leg. 118 average, a 5-2 lead. And, well, was it our old friend and compadre and colleague, still sadly missed, Sid Waddell, who talked about darts from the gods.
This is from the cosmos.
60.
The crowd absolutely loving this. I hope you are at home. This is
85.
brilliant.
Great darting entertainment. It's great sporting entertainment.
80.
It's just great entertainment, full stop.
Even his cover shooting,
134.
impeccable.
Well, Chris and I were talking this afternoon, Alan, when he was playing Rob Croft, and the word that just came to mind is that when he's in this mood,
Michael, you require
unplayable.
148.
Unplayable.
60.
More
Happy with that one.
emotion there from scoring only 60 from when he hit the 9 darter. We've got a shake in the head there.
It's like, what's going on? Who threw them?
59. Michael, you require 88.
88 for a 6-2 lead. Double 14. There we go.
Michael van
Well, he
Gerwen. Oh,
got the 60, shook his head.
Well, in the context, that was a dreadfully poor leg from Michael van Gerwen. 14 darts since the break, 9, 11 and 14.
50.
Well, Darryl not playing his best in this session, but what can you do?
93.
I hope you've got your breath back, everybody. We just have. That incredible 5 or 6 minute
100.
burst. He's wandering around like there's nothing going on.
43.
Philip Taylor 11 TV, 9 darters. Michael van Gerwen 7, and he's going to overtake that without a shadow of a doubt.
132.
Still averaging nigh on 116.
Yeah, so did he not break the record for the most 9s? Just one more than Taylor. His last one he hit.
TV events. Well, much needed. Darryl Gurney maximum.
140.
But he's still going to be on under pressure to take it out.
Well, it's 2 out of 2 on the doubles. Because he's only had 2. The ball!
63. Michael, you require 36. Game shown the 9th
Last dart in hand.
Michael van Gerwen.
That was 15. 9, 11, 14,
10th leg,
15.
Michael to
It's getting worse.
Game on.
Not good enough, is it? Someone go and have a word with him during the break. Tell him that 15 darters are not good enough.
125.
This is an outstanding performance from Michael van Gerwen. Yes, we had the collywobbles in that match against Lowe
55.
earlier on in the tournament. And let's be fair, he's been questioned at how good he's been playing. Hasn't won a tournament
140.
for quite some time, which is unusual.
9 tournaments, Alan, without a win. On this stage in November last year, he beat Gerwen Price 11-9 in the Players'
97.
Championship. That was his last tournament win. It looks very much like that the UK Open final in 2020 will be a repeat of that Players' Championship final
140.
between the Welsh Gerwen and the Dutch Gerwen.
I'm privileged to watch most of the Players' Championships there as part of the
100.
PDPA.
Michael, you require
And
96.
he has been putting in these numbers, but not as regularly has done this weekend. Big 16 to leave top of the shop. A 5-0 in the session.
140.
Well, he was 108 Stuart, after the first session. He's currently 114. And he missed.
109.
Last 6 starts have been possibly the worst 6 starts we've seen from him.
Treble 19. Disappointed he hasn't at
40.
least had a pop
Michael,
at
you
the double.
require 10.
Well, those last 6 starts have caused his average to come
Games
tumbling
from the
down
10 play.
to just
Michael van
112. But this has been irresistible. It has been a wonderful show for the wonderful showman. And there we have it. A little wink of acknowledgement, because he knows he's on his way to the UK Open final. And I guess so does Daryl Gurney. 8-2, Van Gerwen leads, and he's hit a 9-darter. Over on board 2, his 9-darter against Chris Dobie.
11th leg, double to throw first.
That special moment for Michael van Gerwen a little while ago. Daryl Gurney needs a miracle.
100.
You can't see it happening.
No, perfection with a capital P for MVG.
140.
That burst at the start of that second session. Incredible. The crowd didn't know what to do with themselves. Awesome.
134.
Even you nearly fell over, Stu. The bottle went everywhere.
Thankfully the lid was on.
134.
We were actually talking, weren't we, on Thursday, when we all gathered down here to get ready for the tournament, and what the ideal final was. And I think the 3 names that popped up were Price, Wright and Van Gerwen. And when you consider that it's an open draw, the fact that it looks like it's going to be Van Gerwen and Gerwen Price sort of says it all. 180 from Gurney, 1 from Michael van Gerwen.
Well, has to go the 20 route now. Trouble for double 5. Oh, great darts, Darrell. Yes, the smile tells it all. Well, he's not done much wrong on the doubles. 3 out of 4. But those chances have been so limited in the match.
He's looked focused all weekend, hasn't he? The world number 1.
57.
His last UK Open triumph came back in 2016.
Yes, he missed that 1 year, didn't he, with injury. And then the last 2 years been beaten in the first round.
Yeah, fell at the first hurdles, absolutely. Jeffrey does 1.
He was 1
58.
Mervyn King.
on this stage. Both deserved wins as well.
171.
Well, to add to the 174, to add to a 177, to add to 4 180s.
180.
Well, this is wonderful stuff, Stuart, from both players, it has to be said. Van Gerwen leading the way though.
86.
Well, Gurney's still giving it a go, isn't he? Fair play. Looks like being a lost cause, but Daryl Gurney's just cracking on. Back-to-back 180s. Bit of pressure on the shot.
Yeah, back-to-back 180s in the leg, and you may not get a throw at the double. This is a standard that these players are playing at, especially the world number one. Price has shown us in the other semi-final and in the tournament and recent events.
Well, that I'm sure would have brought a wry smile to the face of Daryl Gurney.
58.
Couldn't do too much more.
Well, he's averaging just under 98. Is it 5 180s, 3 out of 4 on the doubles?
55.
And he's getting battered.
Well, 109 average Van Gerwen against James Wade. Just shy of 111 the average against Rob Cross. He's 112 and a half at the moment. Michael Van Gerwen in this semi-final.
He's in again. He's in again. 6 almost.
10 in the match. I thought you were a good counter when you were a player.
97.
Been that many.
It's your age. Put it down to your age, Alan.
It's a premonition.
96.
113.56.
Outstanding, isn't it? It really is.
You know, in any sport, it's a joy, isn't it, to watch one of the very best in the business producing his very best.
170.
Well, you look at that, 13 ton pluses, 12 140s, 5 180s. That's 30 over 100 or more. We're in the 13th leg. Incredible.
134.
And there's another.
Now you require 110.
Treble 18 for the double.
92. Michael, you require
Well, the same
36.
target to go within 1 at the finishing line.
Games on the 13th
Another
flag.
13
Michael Van
darter.
Gerwen. 14th flag, Michael to the fifth. Game on.
13.89. And he's throwing to confirm his place in the final against Gerwen Price.
140.
I think it's safe to say he's got used to the darts.
And they only played with them for the first time on Thursday in the Premier League in Exeter and lost.
108.
The darts,
There
Daryl
is a
Gurney.
6th 180 for Daryl Gurney.
Well, is it 4 in the last 4 legs?
58.
He's only won 1. What's going on?
91.
Should start on the 19s on 303. Gives him options.
59.
Well, a chance here for Daryl Gurney to actually break the Michael Van Gerwen throw for what would be the first time in the semi-final.
60.
Well, he's left 170. Just in case.
56. Darrell, you require 170.
It's gone to bits.
He's had 12 darts, he's still 188 off.
Did he start on 701? Or we missed something?
58.
He just couldn't quite get that first dart in there, Darrell.
$134. Darrell, you require 112.
Leaves 54.
To save the match, you feel.
$92.
It's been a great tournament for Daryl Gurney. He's had 3 10-mile wins. He's beaten Peter Wright, but it looks like it's the end for the Irishman.
34.
Well, not yet.
Darrell, you require
Those were,
20.
well, so
They were
far
a long way
away.
off, yeah.
They're in Taunton.
It's the perfect guide. Ah.
10.
I suppose when you're so far
Michael, you
behind,
require
those doubles
20.
are just so elusive, they really are.
the magician
Michael Van Gerwen.
with the magic tungsten, a 9-darter to boot, another 110 average, and another fantastic display from Michael Van Gerwen. What a performance he's put in today. 109 average, 110 average, 110 average, and what a final we're going to have for the UK Open here on ITV Sport. In around 20-25 minutes time, Michael Van Gerwen will take on Gerwen Price.
Hit on that stage, by the way, in UK Open and Players Championship finals here. Those are the stats: 110 average, 52% on his checkout, and he is safely through. He will meet Gerwen Price. That's a final I'm sure a lot of people are absolutely desperate to see, and that is coming up very, very shortly here on ITV4.